Stay tuned. The show is about to begin.
Well, first of all, hello to the people that are watching this in replay. I'm happy you're here. You're here to watch and listen to Wait With Me with Jill Cox Cordova right here on Fireside. Now, the show will be starting in approximately 3 minutes. So if you're listening in replay, you can fast forward past this portion and just get right into the show. No commercials, no interruptions. Now, also, if you're new to Fireside and the next time you come to Wait With Me with Jill Cox Cordova, there's a couple of things you can do while you're in the show. You can hit any of the 3 emojis across the bottom, which is the clap sound, the laugh sound, or the party sound. Any one of those anytime during the show, and you will hear it, and we will hear it, and the whole audience will hear it. If you want to request to be on the stage, or you just want to ask a question to Jill Cox Cordova, all you need to do is hit that little ask a question button. And you can type in the question you want. So if you want to come to the stage, you can request to be on the stage or just make a comment. Hello there, Kelly. The show will be starting in just a few moments. Wait With Me with Jill Cox Cordova. Please stay for the show. Don't run off. We'd love to see you in the live audience. Also, the show will be starting in approximately a minute and a half, I believe. And Jill will be right here on video, live. So please stay. And hello, Jennifer. I think you've been here before, which is great. Pretty soon the show will be starting. So hang in there, which would be really good for you to do. Well, it'll just be a few more minutes, maybe a minute and, 20 seconds or so. And Jill will be right here with her next show, which I'm always excited to see when she waits. Yeah, that interrupted me. When she weighs herself, because sometimes it's down. Sometimes it stays the same. Sometimes it's up a little bit. Let's see what happens this week on this episode in just about a minute. So she'll be with you any minute now. And there is another way to request to speak. And that is, there's a little mic that looks like it's on a stage, on a spotlight. I believe you can use that also if you want to request to speak or come to the stage. And the show will be starting any moment now, so I will get out of your ear and stand by, because Jill will be with us in just a moment.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Wednesday, and I'm your host, Jill Cox Cordova, and this is Wait With Me. Hello, Daisy. Hello, I'm looking sideways.
Yes, then we have Jennifer and Kelly.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
And if I can say something real quick, Jennifer and Kelly, Fireside has updated their app again. So if you can't see Jill completely, or if she looks like she's taking up your whole screen, just pinch the screen down and you'll get a full wide angle shot of her. So,
And I have some other people, too. I'm trying to read. Whoops, I changed my camera. I didn't mean to do that. I can't read sideways.
so we have Benet, I believe it is.
Okay.
Dawn. She's in the audience
Okay.
also. And yeah, that's it.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's June 7th, and if you're a Prince fan, you know the significance of that date. So happy heavenly birthday to Prince. I started to wear my Prince shirt today, and then I forgot. But I didn't forget that it was his birthday. I've been playing Prince music all day. Okay, so I always start this show, if you've never been here before, with how my week was. And it was one of those weeks where I went to the doctor, and whenever I go to the doctor, I come out feeling worse than I did when I went in. So it's one of those kind of weeks. And so I'm going to tell you all about my doctor's appointment because this week we're talking about assessing your wellness and your well-being. So I'm going to talk about my doctor's appointment in my mic is moving. In my first segment, which I called "This is the Deal."
So, what do you think? What do you think?
Oh, my bad. That's the wrong show.
Yeah, like the music was not my show.
It seems like the board got changed.
Yeah,
somehow.
The music was not my show.
So
that open was not my show. But I'm
sure
going
wasn't.
To continue on.
You just rolled with it, which is great.
I know. I didn't call it out until now. But anyway, we don't have to do the open for my.
We're good now. We're good. Listen.
This is the deal. This is the deal.
And hi, Stefan. I saw that you came in too. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, this is the deal for the week. I went to the doctor because as I've done this wellness journey, I really wanted to check in to see how I'm doing. I just wanted to get a physical. But because I'm pretty much using my insurance to see the doctor for the very first time, they make you go in and see someone before they decide if it's a physical that you need next or some other thing. So I went in feeling great because if you've not followed the show before, I had lost 20 pounds since October, November. And it keeps fluctuating. I can't seem to get out of that mark. So I went in feeling pretty good because I thought all my numbers were down. Although, in fairness, I didn't see a doctor before I started. It had been a while since I had seen a doctor. So, it was actually a nurse practitioner that I saw, but she was fantastic, and she had done her research on my files, on my medical files, so she knew my medical history. And I've told you all before that I don't really have a lot of medical issues. My blood pressure has always been really low. In fact, in my childhood, I had to take medication to increase it. And so my blood pressure has always been great. But I would say, I don't know, before COVID, the last doctor I saw told me that I had developed a fatty liver, a non-alcoholic fatty liver, in case you were wondering. Um, um, and, she just told me, to just eat healthier and exercise and that I should be okay. And then a doctor before her had told me, had actually just dismissed me, really. But by not, like, I had to find her to try to nail down why my blood levels results, blood test results were showing like red, like high, and what that meant. And without even really thinking about it, she said I was pre-diabetic, which the doctor after her, the one that told me eventually that I had a fatty liver, disagreed with. So all this time, I didn't think I was pre-diabetic. I knew I had a fatty liver, and but I thought that was better too because of the weight loss. Today I got the results. And now I feel worse than before because I'm absolutely pre-diabetic now. And my fatty liver has gotten worse. It's not severe. It's not cirrhosis or anything severe that we can't fix. But I was like, man, I go to the doctor like, expecting great news and come back without it. And actually, by the time, like, I had to make this appointment a long time ago, months ago. And by the time I went, as many of you know, I was out of town last week and I felt great the entire week. And then the minute Tony and I get back in the car to come back, and we were in Kentucky, I immediately started feeling like I couldn't breathe. Like I had a severe sinus issue, like I had a cold or something, and all of this. And I still don't feel great at all. In fact, today I started having body aches. So by the time I saw this nurse practitioner, I was like, oh, well, now actually I am sick. And she's like, you are correct. But we didn't even talk about my sinus issue because of all of this other stuff. So I say all of that to tell you that don't be like me. Go see a doctor. And also, I know from in the past that stress really affects my body. It truly affects my body. As some of you know, in the past, it shut me down for 6 years. I couldn't work 6 years because my body was in so much pain. And really, it was all stress induced. And so when I got out of the environment and learned, better coping skills with stress and things like that, it all got better. And I am much better than I was at that point. But I feel like I'm falling apart again. And that really upsets me. Well, I'm trying to hold it together, but I really just want to cry. I just want to like have a cry fest right now because, it's encouraging when you have the results that you want. And it's discouraging when you don't, obviously. But I keep telling myself that imagine what those numbers would have been if I were still carrying those 20 pounds. So I, without knowing it, was much worse 20 pounds ago. I would imagine, right? I just never got it checked because I didn't really feel it. And that's the problem with me and stress. I can feel that I'm getting through something, but I don't feel the stress. You know what I mean? So I have to reset. I have to reset that button for real, because I feel like I'm falling apart. And even my blood pressure, the nurse practitioner and the nurse were very happy with my blood pressure results because it was in the normal range for most people. But when they told me what it was, I went, because for me, that's really super high. Like usually my blood pressure top number is usually like 100, 101 at the most. And the bottom number is always very low. And the top number was 128, which is normal for most people, but not for me. So I'm very concerned. And I'm beside myself trying to figure out what I need to do to change things around again. So if you have ideas when I get to the segment where I talk to you, please let me know, because I'm truly beside myself. I'm holding it together for you. I don't really want to cry because my makeup is not waterproof, and I'm not a pretty crier. Uh, I'm not a pretty crier at all. So I'm holding it together, but I'd really love some advice. So this is the deal this week. So initially when I set up this scheduled this episode to talk about wellness, I had taken a wellness assessment of my mental state in regard to my weight loss, and it was fantastic. I aced it. It said I was doing great with my mindset. So again, it baffles me as to, if my mindset is right, then why? What's wrong? Why can't I do this? So again, if you have ideas for me, I would love to listen.
Well, Jill,
Yes.
I just wanted to let you know that Jennifer is projecting positivity and happiness towards you.
Thank you. That really means a lot. I can't express enough how much that means to me. So thank you, Jennifer.
Yes, and she's been sending you hearts and stuff. So there's a lot of good energy coming towards you.
Thank you. Thank you. I receive it. I receive it all. Keep it coming. Thank you. Okay. Well, with that said, let me set up before I weigh myself, let me set things up for you to give you a full picture of what you're likely to see. So last week, for 9 days, I was hello, Arlene. I hope you're doing well. Last week I was Tony and I were in Louisville, Kentucky, for this writing residency, for 9 days. And as you know, last week I said, I'm going to allow myself to have truffle fries, which the hotel is great at. And I'm going to allow myself to have one Bicentini, which is a signature drink made with bourbon that the hotel also has. And I did those things. And last week when I did this show from Louisville, I had stuck with that. And then what had happened was, I don't know. I don't know. Things got interesting. Things got wild and crazy after that. And I was up till midnight most nights, which I normally don't do in my regular life. And then I was up early, early the next day to do the things I was there to do, that they brought me in to do. I did walk a lot. I averaged 12,000 steps a day or more a day without any issue at all. However, at night, everybody hangs out in the lobby or elsewhere. This time, my schedule wasn't as intense as it has been in the past. I attend this residency once a year. But usually my schedule is really intense and I don't have time to socialize until the very last day. That was not the case this time. In fact, for the alumni of this program, they had special social settings. So, for example, they had a good chips and bad wine reception. And then we all walked over to this brand new brewery that Louisville has. And the Alumni Association paid $200 worth of appetizers, which one would think wouldn't be much, especially with the crowd of, I think we had about 50 people with us. But it was a lot. And the food just kept coming. And I didn't have to move, but I kept eating because the food was always set in front of me. So I had lots of pizza after having good chips and bad wine. And then the last 2 nights, I just kept drink. People kept giving me their drink tickets. I don't know why, because I'm not really a partier, but that I was then. So I drank a lot and I ate a lot. So I had a great time, but I'm sure the scale will show that I had a really great time. And most of you know I've been doing intermittent fasting. That went all out the window because many of our meals were catered, so that meant I had to eat at a certain time. And then that was followed by staying up late, partying, and drinking and drinking and drinking. So I say all that to say I will not be surprised if I've gained 4 or 5 pounds. You might think that's a lot for a week, but I've done it before on this show. That's what happened when I went to New Orleans. So we'll see what happens now. As you know, I take my measurements before the show. I'm happy to say that my waist measurement is the same, but my hips are up 1/4 of an inch, and so is my chest. Plus, I'm still not feeling well. So, let's see what the scale says. All right, here we go. Are you going to play music?
Well, I don't know if they can see you. I can't see it.
I can do it. I can do it. If I put my mind to it. If I put my mind to it, I can do it, do it, do it.
I'm not showing it. I'm not showing it. I'm not showing it. I'm not showing it. Okay, I will show it because, that's what I do. I will continue to do that. Oh, you turned the camera off, did you?
I actually couldn't see it. I couldn't see where I was pointing the camera, so
I never showed it, but I will now.
show it now. And
All right. You say it.
50.
Whisper it. Whisper it.
150 and 15 ounces.
Oh, that hurts. Okay, let me write it down. Okay. Woo! It's been a while since I've been in the 150s. I actually don't even remember what month that was because that was a long time ago since I've been in the 150s. Before I went to Louisville, I weighed 148.13. Tonight it's 150.15. So a little more than 2 pounds. And I'm okay with that because, as I was saying to Tony earlier, I'm okay with the weight gain as long as I can reason as to why. So I definitely know why. I had a great time eating, drinking, and being social. And that's probably why I'm sick now, because I hadn't been social since pre-COVID days, much anyway. So, plus I told you that I now know the other medical issues I have. If you came in after I said that, I went to the doctor earlier this week so that I could schedule. Well, it's newer insurance, and I have to go see them first, and then they can decide if I have a physical next or some other, if they need to treat something right away. So I learned that I'm actually pre-diabetic. Before I was borderline, and it's still in the border. The nurse practitioner still considers it pre-diabetic, borderline, but it's still there nonetheless. It's that number, as low as you can be and still be pre-diabetic, which really upsets me. I'm very upset about that, because I was hoping that I could continue all this time that you've been watching this show. I've never been on medication. So I know that she hasn't talked to me about it yet, but beforehand, I guess she was assuming that the numbers would be what they are. And she said that she would like to be proactive and aggressive with the treatment so that it doesn't go into full blown diabetes. So I'm not sure what that treatment is, but I'm very sad about it. But I guess now I have something really to strive for, and that is if I do have to take medication, I know I can continue with the weight loss, and that I will need to, and that will help both my fatty liver issue, which has gotten worse, and the pre-diabetic status. Um, so I know that weight loss will definitely help those two things. And my goal will be, if I have to get on medication, to get off of it, right? Because I'm like a natural kind of person. So and I don't like to take medication. So that's where I am this week. All right. Okay. So let's go to segment number 3.
Okay, it's your turn to share.
All right. I said at the beginning of this show that I'm really at a loss as to what to do. Like, I thought I was doing well, and clearly I'm not. So hi, Daisy.
I just want to acknowledge we have another audience member,
Okay.
Dr. Luis De Palma.
Oh, wonderful. Hello, hello. Welcome to the show. Hi, Daisy.
Hello.
Hi.
I wanted to send something through the chat as encouragement, and I don't have those skills. I just don't have
Well,
those
the app
skills.
does keep
But
changing as to how you can do that. So so I understand. And I like
the
talking to
way,
you anyway.
yes, and so I'm so sad to hear that you're not feeling well. But you know what? You're gonna turn this around. I know you can do it. And if I think the key is gonna be for us to really get back to working out. I think that's going to be the key. I think that's what's going to be the nutcracker.
I think you're right. Well, I know you're right about that. So I will go back, especially since our pact that you and I had together was to incorporate yoga.
Hmm.
And I especially like going back to that because yoga clears my mind of
Right.
all negative thoughts. So I will definitely do that. That's a wonderful idea. And if you're in it, I'm in it too.
I think I need to be in it too. I I'm finally this week is going to be well. Today is like the end of the busyness for my week, so I'll be able to do it tomorrow and over the weekend. And I did do some burpees sprints last week, so that was good. But I didn't do any yoga. But in order to help you stay motivated, I am going to start doing yoga regularly, and at
Yay.
least 3 times a week. And I can commit to that. Mondays I have no excuse. Wednesdays I could do it after class, and over the at least once over the weekend, probably Saturday afternoons. So I'm gonna set that into my I'm gonna put it in my calendar.
Okay, I will do
And
that too. I
yeah,
will do
that
that too. And I will text you and check in with you, or at least say, hey, I'm doing it. I did it, or
okay.
something like that.
That
And if
sounds
you
good
don't
to
hear from
me.
me, check as to why.
Okay, okay. And I'm always just a phone call away. So
That's right.
you
That's
know,
right. We need to talk anyway, so I'll probably do
yeah.
that too.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got your back, so don't worry about
Thank
it.
you.
We'll
Thank you.
make
I
it through.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Take care.
You too.
Thanks.
Yay. Okay, so yoga. I'm going back to yoga, everybody. And I'm excited. I love yoga, actually. So I don't know why I ever stopped, but well, actually I do, and I need to change that mindset. My mindset is I have this to-do list and then I have me. Whereas I need to put myself as a priority on the things I'm going to do. So I do know that. Anybody else want to talk? Are there any comments, producer, that I missed? Written
Uh,
comments?
No, I don't believe so. I'm just a little down also because, we just was we're just a week away from home. And, I didn't gain any weight, but my blood sugar levels went up,
Yes,
way up.
we talked about that in the last show, and I do believe there's something to be said when, even if you're eating well, healthy, you know, you know, whole, or clean. That's the word I'm looking for. Even if you're eating clean, then if you're eating something different, your body is like, "Whoa, what's this?"
Yeah,
So I think
yeah.
that's what you were experiencing.
Yes, that's exactly. So I wasn't eating desserts or sugars or, but I was eating more carbohydrates than I usually eat.
Hmm.
Um, just because it came with the meal and it tasted good. So I ate it. So it sent my blood sugar up. So but as soon as I got back home, everything went right back to normal. So that's good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That is wonderful.
That's my only comment. And
Oh,
I'm with you. I'm with you for, to help you lose weight, to help both of us lose some weight.
great. I appreciate that. And Arlene says that turmeric is great to lower your blood sugar, which we have lots of.
Yes, I use turmeric often. Thank you. Yeah, I use it when I cook quite often. Okay, but thank you for that tip.
Yes, I will go back to that too, because I had slacked off on having turmeric as much as I used to. Used to have it every day almost. Okay, that's great. Great tips, everybody. I've always called you all my accountability partners, and you're showing up to tell me that, or to show me that you are. So I love it, love it, love it, love it. And please know I'm here for you all too. Whenever it's not often that I get down like I am today, but when I do, I hit the reset button and I'm back. So hopefully next week, um, I will be back. Um, so even though I haven't scheduled next week's show yet, I am going to do that tonight, and I'm going to talk next week about the reset button. So that'll be next week's show. But before I get to closing out the show, I guess I have to do my goal for the week, my next segment.
I can do it. I can do it. If I put my mind to it. If I put my mind to it, I can do it, do it, do it.
I know you all aren't going to believe this, but I actually forgot that saying today. Tony said he was going to do my show for me, and I told him all you have to do is say what that just said.
You can do it. You can do it if you
But
put your mind to it.
I
If
forgot
you put
the
your mind
words.
to it, you can do it. Do it. Do it.
Good job. Gotcha. See, he could have done the show for me. Anyway, my goal last week was to not overdo it in Louisville. Clearly, I didn't do that at all. So my new goal for the week is to hit the reset button and really, I'm best when I write stuff down. So I'm going to come up with a whole new strategy to get my mind right and to deal with these poor medical numbers. And Stefan is on the stage. Hi, Stefan.
Hi, Jill. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I haven't seen your show in a little bit, and I miss hearing your voice and Tony's voice every now and again.
Aw. Are you having a show tonight?
No, I'm actually going to have it tomorrow because I actually just got in from Atlanta because I've been in Atlanta for like 6 days now.
How, wait. How are you going to say that like this? Like you know our numbers.
I
You
just figured
actually
you
know
guys
our
are.
numbers.
I thought you guys were busy adults, and so yeah.
We're never too busy for you, Stefan. It would have been great to see you, but next time,
Next time,
please let us
I'll
know.
probably be up there next week.
Okay.
But I wanted to say that so I had pre-diabetic And then I almost had it's not heart disease, it's high blood pressure. And I just went on Google and looked up every single thing I possibly could to try and help with it. But I figured, like, mentally, if I thought too much about it, it would increase my chances of having it.
That's a good point. The mind is a powerful thing. That's a very good point.
So I just started eating healthy, eating more fruit, and stuff like that. Because, you know, like you said, the mind is so powerful. It's like, okay, I might have it, and then you have it because you've put so much stock into it. So that's my little advice.
Forget about it. I appreciate that. That's a good reminder for me. So I really appreciate your saying that and for sharing that.
All right, I'm getting off stage. Goodbye.
Okay, Stefan, thank you for talking to me. All right, since the music is playing, I will talk about, next week I'm talking about the reset button. Stefan, I usually tell you to go watch Stefan's show, but that's tomorrow night. His show is called The Conversation, and he invites you to be conversationalist about current events. In about an hour, Tony and I are back together for I'm Right. And tonight we're talking about reasons to quit your job. So anyway, that's all for this week. Thank you all for being here. Yes.
Hey, you said back together like we broke up or something. We didn't break up, y'all. We didn't break up. You said, oh yeah, Tony and I will be back together.
Like, because I'm here by myself. Last night you were by yourself. We'll be on the set together. How about that?
It sounded like we had broken up or
didn't
something.
Break up.
Or we had a trial separation.
You're stuck with me.
Yes, we're still together. Love you.
Love you too. And I thank you for all your help, my producer, my husband. And thank you all, audience, for being here. It really means a lot to me. And I'm really grateful that you all are such great accountability partners. So that's it for me tonight. Thank you. I'll see you next week or in an hour. Bye.